This Quickie Cam edition of the Ridley Report is brought to you by SACL CAI, the company that collects with respect. In some ways, we are in an activity lull right now in New Hampshire, but there is nevertheless a ton of New Hampshire Liberty news to report, so much so that I'm going to have to cram 3 or 4 stories into this little Quickie Cam broadcast, and 3 more into some future Quickie Cam broadcast. By the way, this report is for February 21st, 2008. Liberty activists in Manchester are organizing for what will apparently be what they consider an unconstitutional police checkpoint stop in Manchester on Friday, February 22nd. They are hoping to find the checkpoint and protest at it, maybe in front of it, maybe behind it. It depends on whether it can be located in time, whether a sufficient number of activists can be placed at the checkpoint. But Manchester police have been running sobriety checkpoints on occasion with some opposition, much of it from us. So we'll see what happens. If you want to get involved, check the video description on this clip, and it'll have a link to all the details on the activism that might be going on surrounding these suspicionless checkpoints. New Hampshire Real ID opponents are scrambling to try and stop Governor John Lynch from begging Washington for a Real ID extension. As you may know, Real ID is a controversial federal measure which would require complex new procedures for acquiring a driver's license. Montana and New Hampshire have passed legislation refusing to comply. This is legislation that Lynch has signed. Activists believe if he requests an extension, that would send a mixed message to our federal rulers and would effectively stab Montana in the back. Montana's governor has refused to apply for an extension. Activists are requesting you call Governor Lynch if you're a New Hampshire resident. Be polite, but tell him not to sign the extension. See the video description on this clip, as usual, for the latest unfolding details, links, and action items. Third news item. The trial of a Milford man over illegal VFW gambling has reignited discussion of possible civil disobedience by New Hampshire veterans. The idea originated with James Schmill of Keene, known to most of us by his nickname Puke. He suggested getting together a group of vets to do an illegal charity poker event or something along those lines so as to draw attention to the New Hampshire Liquor Commission's authoritarian behavior. That's the bureaucracy which persecutes unlicensed gamblers here on a relatively frequent basis, I'm sorry to say. Again, see the video description for the link and the details. Lastly, jailed Ed Brown supporter Jason Gerhard is reportedly requesting defense witnesses to speak up on his behalf at his upcoming trial in March. They're also looking for evidence that might be helpful at the trial. He's charged with assisting Ed and Elaine Brown, a Plainfield couple who refused to pay the federal income tax. And they holed up in their home rather than submit to Washington's draconian version of justice. For 8 months they holed up in their home. Apparently, the kind of person who would make the best defense witness would be someone who has video of Jason and other Brown supporters at the Brown home. See if I'm still running here. Looks like I am. Okay, sorry about that. Particularly, video of them interacting with the authorities. Apparently, Jason delivered food to the police and was kind to them. I don't know if this was taped or not. Video showing the large number of people at the concerts would be useful. If I had not been banned from Ed's property by Ed himself during the first week of the crisis, maybe I could have brought some useful video of my own. But alas, we cannot always control what people do with their property rights. We can only respect those rights. In any case, to get in touch with Jason and help out defending Jason or any of the other 4 jailed Brown supporters, contact Keith in Rhode Island. I'm leaving his contact info on the video description as well after obtaining his permission. I don't know his last name. This is Dave Ridley signing out from Manchester, New Hampshire, on the front line in the battle for human freedom this February 21st, 2008. Oh, but first, I've got to remind you that SACL CAI is a company which does collections a whole new way. They know that not only do you want to keep your customers, not only do you want your money, you want to keep your customers. SACL CAI. They collect with respect.